The next match, Brian, I watched just for you.
Oh, no.
In the TBS tournament, Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida.
Can I stop you before you?
No, you can't.
Oh, come
because
on.
I wrote, God damn it, I'll watch Shida. Because the last time that I skipped Hikaru Shida, because I didn't want to see any more of Twinkle Toes' outlaw mud show fetish objects from Japan. You say, oh, no, Jim. She's not like Riho. And she's not like the evil Freddie Mercury. And she's not like the queen of piss and shit. What was her name? Maki Ito. And she's not like all these other outlaw apartment house wrestling goofball Japanese schoolgirls that Twinkle Toes has imported. She's legit. She's for real. And I promised you that the next time she wrestled, I wouldn't skip it.
No,
right?
no, that's wrong. That's exactly wrong.
Well, how is that wrong?
You promised me the next time she wrestled Serena Deeb, you would watch it. And I want to say that's the big qualifier here. I was selling you on Shida against someone like Serena Deeb. And I was saying she overall isn't that bad. Now, in no way, if I had spoken to you about an hour before this show, I would have said, Jim, you probably shouldn't watch Shida versus Nyla Rose.
So what you're telling me now is it's my fault. I misremembered the promise that I made to you, and as a result, I honored my promise, but I didn't have to watch this match because you're telling me that I picked the wrong Shida match to watch because every other Shida match would be great, but it was this one that you just happened to watch, Jim, that stunk to high heaven.
I wouldn't say every other Shida match was great. Again, I'm not the biggest Hikaru Shida fan, and I would not have picked her against Nyla Rose because I'm not crazy about Nyla Rose, to be quite honest with you. But her and Serena Deeb have had two matches that I really enjoyed, and the second match was excellent.
Well, but this wasn't either one of those. This was Nyla Rose and Hikaru Shida, and I had to watch it. And they did a jump start and got into a hockey fight and had a sloppy brawl, and then Shida went to the corner turnbuckles and did a missile drop kick off the turnbuckle to Nyla Rose's thigh. Was that intentional, or did she just fucking miss? And then she missed a standing kick, Shida did. Either that or Nyla Rose just didn't bother to walk into it. Then they stopped their match completely, and Nyla Rose rolled out on the floor. And they looked at each other with Shida in the ring and Nyla Rose on the floor. Then Shida rolled out and Nyla Rose rolled in. And now that they had switched positions, they looked at each other. And then Shida rolled in the ring and Nyla Rose just went over and got on her and started kicking the shit out of her. And the heat was basically Nyla Rose choking Hikaru Shida in the ropes incessantly. I did notate that I liked Nyla Rose in relation to the rest of the female roster in AEW 2 years ago. So why aren't they making her the fucking top heel girl and Britt Baker, try to reprise a little Awesome Kong Gail Kim thing? I think Nyla Rose has gotten worse. Possibly it's inactivity because you don't see her a lot anymore. Shida tried that fucking chair jump spot, which is she does in every match, is the reason why I don't want to watch her to begin with, because it's fucking silly. But Nyla Rose clobbered her and put her in the chair and then goes, and this girl sits in the folding chair on the floor where Nyla Rose has put her, while Nyla Rose gets her big ass up on the apron, goes all the way down to the turnbuckle, runs back down and cannonballs. And Shida moved, and she cannonballed the chair. And then Shida got the biggest pop of the entire match when, for whatever reason, she hit poor Vicky Guerrero with a kendo stick. Poor Vicky's in her 50s and out there trying to make some kind of chicken salad out of this chicken shit. And that was the break spot. They're going to a break. I said, this ain't the finish. I'm done. So that's when I skipped to the finish because my word to you, Brian, only went so far. So I didn't watch the last half of it. And Nyla Rose won with a submission on the leg after Serena Deeb came out and clipped Shida's leg earlier. So maybe we'll see Shida and Serena soon. Sheesh.
Maybe we'll get Nyla and Jade soon.
Oh, you can't be sick. You know what?
Who's left in the tournament?
I don't know, but my God, Nyla Rose against Jane Cargill could be one for the ages. That could be Shockmaster level. Something could go wrong.
Okay, for the record, just so we know, here's the bracket who's left. The winner of Thunder Rosa, Jamie Hayter, goes against the winner of Jade Cargill, Red Velvet. If it was going on merit and effort, Red Velvet would win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you gotta think they're not gonna put her over Jade here.
One would have to think.
So again, the winner of Jade, Red
Thunder
Velvet
Rosa versus Jane Cargill
versus Jamie Hayter, and then the next match.
But it's certainly to God, Thunder Rosa's not going to do a job for Jamie Hayter.
I wouldn't think so.
She's the stooge of Britt Baker.
So Thunder Rosa versus Jade, and then the other bracket.
So then Thunder Rosa attempts to become Merlin the Magician with Jane Cargill.
In the other bracket, Nyla Rose is obviously already there. She will face the winner of Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho.
Ooh!
I gotta think it'll be Ruby.
One would think.
So Ruby and Nyla versus the winner of Rosa and Cargill. We would need Jade and Nyla to win. Will they put Nyla over Ruby? I don't think so. So that puts Ruby in the finals. Ruby and Thunder Rosa will be good. Ruby and Jade. Rudy and Jade is intriguing for different reasons.
Remember adorable Ruby Rubalcaba?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
I stumped you.
You did.
Adorable Ruby, baby. Adorable Rudy, rather. Adorable Rudy Rubalcaba. He was a luchador in the 60s and 70s, and he worked at some point in the Los Angeles, Southern California territory. Adorable Rudy. Anyway.
Did you ever actually see him, or you just know about him?
No, I've seen pictures of him, and I like the name. But also because now he's a hero of mine because I stumped you on a wrestler you had not heard of, which is almost impossible.
Do you know Gordo Chihuahua?
Gordo Chihuahua, yes. Okay. I used to know him and his son Pepe Chihuahua. Right. No, I have heard of Gordo Chihuahua. Thank you. Don't try to come up with some,
Chihuahua. It was spelled Chihuahua, but it pronounced Chihuahua.
Well, you say tomato and I say shut the fuck up.